Hello, everyone. Good afternoon, and welcome to Guilty by My Own Desires, your talk show. And so today I have an amazing actor, video host, personality, and such a great friend. So his name is Halas Wilbourn, and he is today with me in your show. So let's bring Alan on. Hello, Halas. How are you doing?
Hello, Giovanna. I'm doing well. And you? Good to see you.
Well, the pleasure is mine. You know, you always smiling, always having this energy around it, and I'm sure that you are having this big smile because I hear that you landed in one of the lead roles for the Marvel comics, and then you're going to be on the front on cover of the on the poster of that movie.
Yes, I've noticed there's billboards everywhere.
Yes, you know, down on Hollywood Boulevard, I see Halas Wilbourn there, and the big billboard today. But anyway, you we will tell the audience that this is going to become true. This is April 1st, so
So we're just going to speak it into fruition.
no, this is going to happen. We had to have a mentality that whatever we want to achieve, we are already there, and that is one of the secrets, especially that we have here in the entertainment. So you are an actor, a producer, or something in that field that thinks positive and the achievement of success. Well, I think that you need to know Halas Wellborn because Halas, tell me a little bit about your background. Where are you from? How did your passion for the entertainment field begin?
Oh, well, my passion for the entertainment it's been growing since I was a young lad, since I was a boy. It all started with radio. Radio was my biggest interest. It was my neighbor, Mr. Washington. He had developed this gadget and he let all the kids in the neighborhood speak into it. It was kind of like a megaphone, but without the handle. And when
Mhm.
you spoke into it, it kind of went all over the radio stations. It kind of took over the radio stations, and I was very impressed by that.
Well, and I think that that for you, but really impacted your life. And so after the radio, I mean, tell us a little bit about your town. How was your environment where you grew up?
Well, I grew up in the on the south side of Chicago. Actually, I was born on the west side of Chicago, and my family when they started getting better jobs, they moved us to the south side of Chicago. It was kind of like poor, and we gradually moved into the middle class.
Well, I will say that this is will get so much motivation for people because when you want to move forward in your life, and I think that you take a lot of strength from your family, from your parents, or where you're going, because now you are having this the Halas Wilborn show that is for successful people, and I want you to tell me about your show, what it's about, and what you decided to make it.
Well, the Halas Wilbourn show it welcomes successful people worldwide to share their stories. It's devoted to entrepreneurs, celebrities, and people that's in search for the keys to success. Now, how I came about that was I worked at a country club with about 450 members that was very well off, and I got to know I got to know them like very well. I mean, from the things that they like to eat, the things that they like to drink, and a lot about their life and the things that how they made their money. So with doing that, I wanted to do something, but I just didn't know what to do. However, the pandemic hit, and that was a way that transitioned me into doing my own show.
So how was I think the what you made me think is about one of those books like Think and Grow Rich, the very inspirational stories. I mean, you was there in the middle of people of wealth, and you was an observant and looking all of these. I mean, to go and pay attention of what are you eating. Not many people have that attention in detail, right? And so I think that's very interesting of you to hear this. And so now, how did you during the pandemic, which was not a very good time for everyone, and then you decide to embark your journey into making a talk show, the Halas Wilbourn show. What motivated you?
Well, the pandemic, it really came to surprise to everyone, I believe. And the motivation behind it was I knew that it was two things that was going to come out of this. It was either I was going to either learn to be more creative and innovative, or I would probably be stuck in a rut. And stuck in a rut was not one of the things that I was looking forward to do. I wanted to do something that really made a difference, whether it was helping someone else be successful or gaining the success and being recognized as someone that can aid and assist you, because I knew that if I wasn't successful, wasn't many people was gonna listen to me.
Well, Halas, why do you think the success is important?
Well, the that's so important because you can help other people. See, it's not about the success that I have personally. It's the having the ability to help others that's in search for those keys to success. Because many of us, we struggle. I mean, it was a time that I was going to a job that I hated, going day in, day out, and I didn't like it. But I also knew that it was things that I loved to do, and I wanted to do those things. So, and I know that it's someone else somewhere around the world, next door, your neighbor, down the street, even people that you work with every day that could use the help.
Well, I think you touch on a very important subject. The people that you can touch, how many people can you help by bringing messages of motivation, inspiration? I mean, you are an inspiration just to go ahead, change completely the way of the job that you were mentioning that you don't like. And so I imagine you leave your job and start your show.
Yeah, well, actually, I worked a job before I came here to Georgia in Chicago. I worked as a train operator there for many years, 22 years. And when I decided to separate myself from the company, or rather them separating me, um, I knew that that was my opportunity and chance to really explore some things that I really wanted to do.
Well, Halas, I had to ask you, how did your interest for acting um, came to you? Because when I first met you, you came for in regards to acting, the learning more about the acting world, and then one thing take to the next one, and then now you are acting, producing. I mean, it's so many things got changed in so short amount of time. And so what I see in myself is that you are in a fad, a proof of success. Moving fast, moving with persistence, and also bringing that to a larger audience, and people that you can help. So I want to know where did your interest for acting came from.
Well, that job that I hated in mass transit in Chicago, it was a young lady there. Her name is Alicia Schaefer. She wrote plays, and for many years she would ask me, "Hey, look, why don't you come and audition for my play? You're a very funny guy here on the job. You always have good energy. I would just like for you to come and audition." And at the time, I wanted to do that, However, it was like, well, I don't really have time right now because I have to go move this
So you already was acting like the divas in Hollywood.
and
When you will have time. But tell me, this is very interesting. So what it took for Halas to go and take up a part on the acting world?
well, at that time, I was going through a big change in my life. In 2009, I was going through a divorce. I had got injured, and my mother passed away. And I knew that once those things kind of really hit home, and my mother actually passed away, that's when I knew that I would have the opportunity to do, and the divorce was final, of course, and I would have the opportunity to do those things that I wanted to do. So the next play that Alicia had, I auditioned. It was the name of the play was The Other Brother. It's a modern day prodigal son. A father had two boys. One was did the right thing. The other one did not.
Which
And
was you?
I was the father.
Oh, you was a father. Okay, I will never
Yes,
guess that one.
I, neither did I. So that's when it really hit me that um, I'm really gonna struggle learning this script. So I got the script. I got the script like in February, and I think the production was in March. So I learned the script. I invited friends over. I made copies of the script and passed it out among my friends, and that's how I learned. That's how I learned to the part of the play. And actually it was a success. It ran for 2 days. I think I did really well. I wish I had some footage. I have very short footage of it, but I had a
Well,
real nice time.
I'm sure there was a success, Carlos. So I want to ask you, like, what happened after the play? What was what do you did next?
Well, after the play, that's a great question because during that whole time, I had never turned myself into no one else. If that makes sense to you, but I uh, learning the lines of the play and being another character, I think it took about 6 months for me to come out of character. It was like I was kind of stuck in that character for a while, and
Being the father?
yeah, being the father and just being. I mean, I'm a father by nature. To learn this older father, I played like a 70-year-old man, and to learn his mannerisms and his parenting and guidance to these kids of his, and having unconditional love, which I have for my own children, that kind of helped too. And being into that character really gave me a feeling of I can't really explain. And I've been
I think that you really went dive in into the character and really um, uh, bring the life of that character to your own world. So I think it's a very interesting. And so, what happened? Well, we were in the story of what happened next. What was the next roles that you got after that one?
now after that. A good friend of mine, Robert Reed, he asked me to become the comic commentary on a show in Chicago, the Chicago Millionaire Radio Show. And we ran that show ran for it was a podcast for intellectual radio, and it ran for about 2 years. And that was the next thing. Now it went from acting to radio, and
And how
then
was your experiences? What do you remember the most from that time in the radio?
I can really be myself. I learned that I can really be myself and learn to get to know and network with people. And that carried on to meeting this amazing lady in Hollywood where I got consultation from.
When Halas, I think that your journey is like you are in the movie. I think you have a better pronunciation there. The Odisea. You know what movie I'm talking about?
Um,
Odysseus, the one that embarks into the journey. And
I did know the name of that movie. Um, I do know I do know the name of that movie. Okay,
well,
it'll come to mind.
it will come, but you are having this journey, this fantastic journey where you are going and encountering all these, the titans and the great gods and all of that. And because what I have in previous conversations hear from you is that now, I mean, working in the movie set, I hope that you can share a little bit more about that. So may I ask you, what are you working on? Can you share?
Yes, I don't mind at all. It's been so many events happening one after the other. I'm finding it not difficult, but it's a way of adjusting to find what is it that's my purpose. So I embarked on I embarked on a with this casting company, and they casted me for a part in a Marvel Comics film, well, series.
Yes, Halas.
Yeah. That's how I felt. And so after leaving, I was doing my show. I was doing a show every Wednesday night, the Halas Wilbourn show, and I had to stop so I can get to know the people in Marvel, not only Marvel Comics, but just being in the atmosphere of behind the scenes and in front of the camera and behind the camera.
Tell us a little
So,
bit about the atmosphere. Like, tell us what you have seen behind the scenes and in front of the cameras, because that's a bit production, and I will imagine they have multiple people working in different areas. So, what have you encountered since you started working there?
oh wow, um, a lot of different personalities. It's, people are very interesting. And not only that, the staff and the jobs that people do and how a production is put together and how it's made. It's I mean, from watching television and watching a movie, you get a chance to relax. But when you're actually on the set and watching people interact and collaborating together to make a scene happen, or just getting the correct the lighting together, to getting the action together, to getting the people to do what you need them to do, whether they're union, non-union, talented, untalented. How they put it all together, it was just fascinating to watch. The jobs that each one had. You had your assistant directors, you got your producers, you got your director, um, executive producers, you got your grips, the electric people, the lighting people, the makeup. The makeup people are very interesting.
What is interesting about
They know everybody.
it?
If you need, they know where the washroom is. If you need to use that, they know
Well,
everything.
everyone wants to feel beautiful. Once they sit in that chair, is like they are the doctor. When you go to the consultation with the doctor and tell all about your problems and see yourself in the mirror. Oh my, I can tell you some stories behind the scene.
We'll get a chance to do that.
Yeah. So, can you share a little bit about the role that you're playing in that movie,
Well,
or just let us
not
know
no.
it just in general?
Okay. Yes. Well, actually, I played what three different roles. So I had one role. I was behind the camera. Um, and another role I had was I played a security guard, and I found that I looked rather well in the uniform, and I noticed that a lot. And I also played a villain.
A villain. Okay, that sounds mysterious.
Yes, it will be interesting to watch.
Well, I can't wait for that movie to come out because I'm gonna be looking for you
Yeah,
in the film, and I know I mean, you are going in a faster pace in your career because what you just started, some actors they take years into work and in big production. So it's the production that you are working and you're going to continue working. So I feel very happy for you. Congratulations for your achievement,
yeah.
and I want you to also share with us. I know that you want to go into the producing field, and you already have a short film written for you, and you are going to be starting production in Georgia. So tell me a little bit about that project that you would like to share with that audience.
Well, this project will be one of my first projects in film, and it came about. It was a story that came about while I was in Chicago, working in mass transit. It's a story about a young man. A young man meets a beautiful girl that he likes, and he just finds out that she's not so smart.
Well, it sounds like a comedy.
Yeah,
Uh,
yes, it's kind of comedy drama. It tells a lot. It tells a lot about the background of the young man growing up, and it's going to be fun to put together and finally sit back and watch a finished product.
So, are you already looking for crew, looking for people? Let them know about Halas, because I know that
What,
maybe people in your neighborhood that look at you or look in your face and say, "Oh, Halas is doing this." But guys, get prepared because I'm telling you, Halas is doing a lot of things, very serious. I have seen how he works, and I can tell you first from my experience I mean, you are going to accomplish what is in your heart and is in your mind, and so that to me is clear. And so I want you to share, now is the time
what,
to tell them.
well, if you're in Georgia, you can find me on Facebook, Halas Wilbourn, because I'm looking for extras. I'm also looking for people that can do technical work behind the camera, a cameraman,
Film
also
crew.
film
Okay.
crew, and really just have some fun with it. Just have some fun with it, and
And
I'm
why
I'm
you
sure
decide?
it's a few things that I'm probably missing. However, it'll all come together later.
Well, eventually all come to day later, even we want it or not. you
Yeah,
know
exactly. So
It's like a train, right? So you
yeah,
you was in the train station, but once when you get to your things ready, the train pass. You don't get your things ready, the train pass. So it's better to get in the train when they tell you, with the head in advance. Hey, the train is leaving at this time, and you already know Hollis. You know that you can get in touch with him and how to find him, in social media. So I will invite for all of you that are in Georgia, filmmakers that want to get in contact with Halas to do it because you are doing projects and that's what people need. I mean, everyone in the entertainment, we are trying to find out who we can work with, who is doing projects, where. And I want to ask you, why did you think, I mean, you went from working in a regular job, then going into the radio, then landing into a play, then feeling into character and going and pursuing the acting career. Then not stopping there, you hire a screenwriter that wrote a short film for you, and now
right.
you are going in to produce that short film. I mean, do you see the train and the how everything is aligning itself? all of this you are doing it, Halas. So I think that it's just fair for our audience to know who are you, and and who are you, Halas?
I am this mysterious man. You know, I with working in the train service, I want to say that it helped me to propel into the things as much as I didn't like this job, right? But these things that I learned there, it helped me propel to where I am today because I actually trained people that later became supervisors, instructors, and managers, and I'm very proud of that. However, I never reached that level with that company because I always knew it was something else that I wanted to do. And with leaving, it gave me an opportunity to exercise the many talents that were hidden that I really didn't know that I had.
Well, share with us some of those talents that you didn't know that you have.
Well, with let's say voiceovers, for instance. I land. I mean, I I learned about radio coming up. However, I didn't really exercise it at the time because at that time it was radio announcing. It wasn't like the disc jockeys and the podcasts that's going on today. However, I recently attended a boot camp with VIP Ignite, and they had a reading for each one of us, and it was a commercial, and I read it and I said, you know what, I think I can do this. It was and it was radio was a passion, and commercials was part of it at the time, and I never got a chance to really exercise it. And then when I had the opportunity, I gave them hell, and it worked. I mean, it I convinced myself. So it's been a real challenge with really trying to focus on one thing. However, I just learned to
When you have
stop.
so many talents and different things, so why not do it all, but you just dedicate a little bit of time here, a little bit of time there, and then that is a way that you can continue moving forward.
Yes, this is true because it's like I wanted to focus on that one thing when I got the screenwriter to write the script for me and focus on the film. However, something stopped that in its tracks and led me in another direction, which helped me in a way of understanding how to put my production together. And that's what this movie that I'm in now, the series that I'm doing now.
So maybe that's what is the famous saying about everything comes into the right time, because you needed to know a little bit of more knowledge of what's going on and understand it. And now you
Yeah.
can apply everything that you have learned into your own production when it comes the time to make it. It hopefully is in the near future.
Yes, yes, I couldn't agree with you more. And it's in this journey, it's been a real challenge. The biggest challenge is just uh, sustainability and being more creative and innovative, and never complain. Just stay around positive people. Positive people bring positive action, and you never know what happens. I mean,
Will you say that you follow your desires?
you know,
Or what
my
are your desires?
I so many things has been happening. I don't know what to desire no more. But
Or
however,
maybe you accomplish everything.
I just learned to instead of chasing my desires, attract them. And that's what's been happening. I've been attracting all of these things that I've been thinking about, and that I go to bed thinking about, and that I wake up thinking about. I didn't know that it would happen like that, and it's been happening. So I've been taking it one day at a time and enjoying every opportunity, because every day I wake up has been a new opportunity present itself every day.
Why do you think that the opportunities are coming like so suddenly for you and fast? Why do you think that is that?
Oh, because I'm handsome, of course.
Well, no doubt about it. For sure.
Well, things happen. I believe that things happen in the time. Timing is everything. Timing is everything. It's just like when you was mentioning about people not being ready for a train. Okay, being a train operator, if I a train pull into the station and a person is standing there, they'll make the train. However, when the doors close and you see the person running down the stairs trying to make the train, you look at them and say, "Whoop, look like you missed them, but you will be in place for the next one." So, so these are the things that's been happening, and just like that.
So would
Um,
you say that you are in the train? That you jump in the train just in time when it's going?
I would say that I'm the train that's making the stops
Was
and
even better.
right, and I'm collecting the people along the way that can help me in my journey.
Oh, well, I just saw that beautiful picture that you just depicted for me, and that's a great train. I want to be in that train because we're gonna have a party.
Oh yeah, definitely. And hey, with a train, you need a conductor.
Actually, the what is it's a cartoon. I can't remember right now. The dinosaur train, dinosaur.
Oh, oh, Barney.
No, no, Barney. No, no. That's way. No, it's a recently cartoon. It's on Netflix, but I think it's called Dinosaur Train. What is coming to my mind. But anyway, going back to your journey instead. One of the things that I want to know is, have you ever felt guilty of following your desires, like leaving something behind and continue moving, especially now that you are constantly pursuing your dream?
At first, that kind of bothered me because it was about finding the people that really support your dreams and your goals and your desires, and finding out who those people really are. And when you find out that the people who you thought were not, then that was kind of painful. But however, I realized that everybody can't ride your train. So I realized that, and that's what really motivated me to keep my train moving, to stay on track, to keep moving and appreciate all the things that happen, these opportunities that happen daily. Be thankful for it and say thanks to the things that happen on a daily basis. And it's a wonderful journey. Sometimes I just can't explain it.
Well, I feel that it makes me so happy to see you smile and the things that you are doing, because there is a proof of what you're doing right now and pursuing your dreams. It makes you happy. It brings joy to your life. And I think that you just mentioned, that no one can write for you your dreams for you, is absolutely true. I think that
Yeah,
when we lost ourselves and we start letting other people to decide what our path is going to be, is when we get lost, and we can be lost in despair, or for many years, until either someone give us a wake up call that we need to follow our dreams of our own selves to wake up. You know.
yeah, and it be friends, it be family, people you love, and it hurts, but it also with the hurt, it's a great feeling to know what you have is it's for you, and embrace it and enjoy it and keep moving. Just keep moving it. And it's subject to change directions at any time, as as you all witnessed right now, that it's subject to change directions, but you don't give up, you keep pushing. That was my motivation, to keep going and and just to see the beauty of all the accomplishments.
Well, I think that that's yes, it's always a wonder when you are trying to look what the future might bring you, but especially the future that you create, the future that you are building for yourself. And I want to ask you, since you started your talk show, the Halas Wilbourn show, and you've been interviewing people that have success or they're looking for success, what do you see? What do you think there are the similarities of these people that you are interviewing?
You know, every person that I've interviewed, they experience some tough times. They experience some tough times, and they experience some really good times. And what they all have in common is living in the moment. Most of their decisions is in that moment, being in that moment and acting in that moment, and staying on course. I found.
What would
But
you tell? But go ahead.
uh, I found that in people, um, and I've been noticed. I have been working in the capacity with people for so many years. Like I worked in mass transit, so I got to meet like a lot of people. However, it's like in this journey, some come, some go, and then they're starting to place themselves in the things that I'm attracted to. It's like, for instance, a person that does film. I'm starting to meet more people that's in production, that's doing acting, that's doing producing, that's lighting, grips. I'm starting to meet those people, and a lot of them I've known all the time. Yeah, I just didn't know that I will be able to use them now.
Well, I think that that's good that you are your kind of your vision of the way that you are walking now. You are using some of the things that you didn't know that they are going to be resourceful or resources later
Yeah,
on. You know, and I think that that's why it's good to maintain a relationship with everyone, to have a diplomacy and everything that we do, because we don't know what is the life is kind of you go into the car even if you don't know how to drive, but that's how it's life, right? So
yeah. But it's a perpetual moving thing, right?
yeah, so you're gonna continue moving, and I think that in the moment you can be straight, and then you turn left, and then you turn right, and you don't know who is going to be there to help you to change the tire or the gas station, or maybe you don't have a car and you might have to get out of the car and continue walking. So at the end of the point, you have to carry your body, you have to carry yourself, and continue moving forward. And so I think that what you're doing, Halas, you also are building a very interesting show for your audience. I think that they can get a lot from the motive. What would you say for the audience that they watch your show?
Well, I would like for them to just the audience that watch my show to really take a look at the guest that's on there, um, and listen to their story. Their story is it could be similar and it could not. However, it's always a story from someone else that usually helps you to and motivates you to move forward and to pursue your dreams and your goals and your desires. So it's always someone else. I remember growing up, like with my father, he was kind of like, "All right, do this way, and you'll get this result." And when you take a shortcut, it didn't work out. He didn't say I told you so. He said, well, just go get that belt so I can help you remember. So with those with those lessons, it's like you can learn a lot from someone else's mistakes, and the things that you was fearing before. I mean, the things that you feared before you take the steps to the things that you wanted to do. Um, it's you face your fear and move into them head on. Challenge your fear, because on the other side of it is the success that you're seeking. And
So how
sometimes
do how do you overcome your challenges?
when I learned to face the things that I was afraid to do, or let's just say I had to learn to be monomaniacal. So I had to learn to focus and face the things that was that was stopping me, and that problem was me. I was stopping me. It wasn't nothing else. It wasn't nobody else. It wasn't no item, no person, place, or thing. The only thing that was stopping me was me.
How did you come to that realization? Because sometimes we can be the problem of our own selves, but we don't know how do we realize that sometimes we can be the problem that don't let us to move forward to achieve our dreams or successes.
I had to stop listening to other people and start listening to me, because I was right most of the time. And I learned that um, to take time for myself, to learn to spend time with myself. And that's the difference between being alone and alone. Now, I choose to be alone so I can make a better representation of myself when I have to make myself better every day. So that's the thing that I've learned to do, and by doing that, I got to learn to move forward and make choices that normally I would probably say, nah, nah, but to just go for it and stand on it. It's like what's the word I want to use bold. Just be bold and take risk. Um, audit a dentist.
Okay.
Yes, just to be bold and to be fearless.
Bold and fearless. So I'm sure that you have both, Alice, at this moment in time, and you are going to get. You're a go getter. I'm sure I can say that. So, what I want to know is, what are your favorite genres of movies? I mean, what roles do you see yourself playing in the near future?
Well, I like detective movies. I like westerns. Um, and now that I've been on this production, I think I want to be a superhero. And
What kind of superhero you will be?
I
How do
think
you pick your superhero?
I kind of like the Robin Hood kind, that to something that can help the people to advance to the next level. Because it's so many of us is left behind. I mean, it's in a daily outing, I would see 50 to 100 people that's homeless, that has nothing, and at least 20 of them I would see regularly, and since the COVID. So, and they're still here. So now it's try to put myself in a position where I can help. I can help them. I can help others that's less fortunate.
Well,
I
I
believe
think
that's
that
my why in the entertainment, because with a regular job you can't do that.
yeah, I think that you are right. When I guess when we have I can't remember the last time when I have a regular job. But what I can tell you is that sometimes you don't, when you're in a regular job, you don't have time to see what is happening in your surroundings, whether your society, perhaps because you're too busy, or you don't want to see, or you are tired or drained by the day that you have. But when you are doing your own things creatively, looking for ideas, you're always looking. Like for me and my own experience, I always looking. I go to the store, and I'm thinking, he can be an actor. Maybe I can use this for a location, And so I go into the wonderland every turn, everywhere I go. I'm thinking. It's my head is like it's engraved in my head, and can't stop thinking about either this can be a production, this can be a photo shoot location. Maybe I should do some type of event there, and I understand it. It not many. I think this what what I'm thinking, and saying it out loud. But that's because I love my work. I like to imagine all these environments, and I think your perception of what you're saying, the seeing the homeless people before COVID and now in COVID, and even the time is harder. This is something that it needs to be brought to the public, as an audience. Well, I was just talking with Sandy, our magazine editor, yesterday about the movie Nomadland, which for me is one of my favorites. I hope that the director Chloe wins an Oscar. I think that she will deserve it. I mean, and I just feel that is a movie of the present time. It's is touching subjects that yes, it's a woman that goes into a journey, and but it's also like you say, is a lot of people that is homeless. They need either sometimes even moral support, even sometimes make then they are there and not invisible for
Yes,
society.
yes, and it's something that needs to be addressed along with mental illness, because these things and these topics are real. These are real human beings, and a lot of time people just walk over them and and just step over them literally unnoticed, like these people that does not exist. And I think it's very important that they should have an opportunity to have a decent place to live, have proper medication if need be, to help them with, or treatment, whether it be psychologically or whatever kind of treatment that a mental person gets. um I think they deserve that instead of being just overlooked and placed in jail. So it's a lot that can be done, and I would just like to be a part of a network that will help get those people off the street. I know that you can't help everyone. However, just like with my show, if if I get one person to watch, I've done a great job. So if I can just get one, then somebody else get one, and just let it go on and on and on from there.
Well, Halas, I think that is very, very kind, and you're being social responsible about using your medium, your talk show, um, to bring awareness of these kind of issues too. And I think that is just I feel very happy that you're doing this, because we need to do more. We absolutely need to do more together. All of those, we have the opportunity to be in front of the cameras or share the message and be the voice. And I think that actually you are a voice for your community. And so, what do you think about that?
Well, having that opportunity, I realized that I was going to be responsible for some things, but I also realized that being in a in an atmosphere and an environment with positive people, I can do really well. So changing my mindset was another way to understanding the things and accepting the things that surround me. Now I wanted things like in an abundance. However, I didn't imagine that the abundancy that I was desiring was going to take me from one step to the other in that manner, and not necessarily in the chronological order. However, it kind of bounces around a little bit. It stops, it goes, and it's just an amazing feeling. I really can't explain it, but
Well,
I
I think
love
that
it.
you're becoming magnetic. You know, things are just coming to you from all directions, and I think that you just have to embrace all those things because
Yes.
maybe it's a time for you.
Yes, this is definitely a time, I've met Sandy. She was on my show. Sandy Rodriguez, the author of Choose to Prevail, and I read. I haven't finished the book, but however, I've read some really important things in the book, and watching your interviews with Fabio, Lisa
Panagos.
Penagras, yes, Nelly Pimentel, Pimentel.
Yes.
Uh, Ronnie King, Scott Schultz, and here I am. Would you look at that?
Of course, Carlos.
Yeah.
And
Look, here
I
I am sharing the platform with you with film producers, Oscar and Grammy nominations, singers, um, uh, and author.
You know, Halas, the honor is absolutely mine. You know, the honor to have you here in this talk show, Guilty by My Own Desires. I'm super honored that you accepted this invitation, that you're giving us this time, this because time is precious, and I believe that you are doing well in this field, and I hope always my best for you because you are going to inspire a bigger and larger audience, and I think that that's very important and that's very motivating. And I would like to ask you also, like, if you would like to give us some shout outs for the supporters out there that are supporting your show and your career.
Oh, definitely. Sandy, she supports. Scott, he supports. Especially, I can follow them like the comments that they make and the things that they share on Facebook. Robert Reed, definitely. The God HG. Um, my sisters, my brother, my sister-in-law. Um, I think that's about it.
Well, I'm assuming that that train
And,
that you are conducting is going to be full.
yeah. And there's some names that I'm probably missing. However, I know that they all understand and they know who they are. You? Did I mention Giovanna Salas? Yes.
It's my pleasure, Alice. It's absolutely my pleasure. So, what I want to, anything else that you would like to share for our audience today? Like how they can find you, contact you, follow you in all your endeavors that you are doing at the moment?
Well, they can find me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, um, YouTube, and what I'd like to share with them is that you have to really connect with yourself and follow your dream. Follow your dream. Don't give up. Don't let no one deter you from your dreams. And if it's show business that you like or the entertainment business, just know that the entertainment business will generate more money now than it ever did in the last 100 years because of this pandemic. A lot of people are becoming more creative, more innovative. This in all facets of life. It's not just entertainment. But I know for sure in entertainment, but however, in everything that we do, and to really just stay focused and be prayerful and stay focused and thankful. Be thankful every day of every opportunity that you can have and you can get.
Well, thank you so much, Halas. So, for all our Hollywood audience, you can go and find him. It's Halas Wilbourn or Halas Wilbourn Show on Facebook. We're going to put some links after this video is over. But Halas, again, it was my pleasure to have you today. And this show, Guilty by My Own Desires. There is any other desire that you would like to share?
Yes, there's this one.
Well, tell us, please.
There's this one. I thought about it. However, I had to sleep on it a little bit. I think I want to do it a little modeling. So
Wow.
I, everything else has been coming. So I guess if it's
Everything is being covered, and then you continue to put in more. So okay, so tell us about it.
well, I like fashion. I love fashion. I like clothes, and I never was the trendy guy. I always thought that I had my own flair. So, however, I'm looking forward to maybe venture into the modeling thing.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that you need to. I will put you in contact with one of my good friends, of fashion designers. I think that you know who I'm talking about. But anyway, I hope there's some magic happen there. Other than that, go
Is it
ahead.
is the I noticed that the young lady, she won the modeling
Oh,
contest.
Tempest. Tempest was that
Tempest,
was her.
yes,
Yes.
Tempest Wolf, right? Tempest Wolf. Now I understand there's a male contest.
Oh, it is a male contest. It's going to happen. It's happening right now. Halas.
Uh-oh. Whoa!
Yes, it's happening right now. Yes. So you can go to the hollywoodmagazine.com, and then under contest, you're going to see there is like we have a kids contest that is going on. The female contest already it well ended, and we are running the contest for male. So this is something that we are doing because we have a bit follow up audience that is they're males, and so we want to start being creative, innovating some things they might like. So we add like in our Hollywood digital blog a blog for men, like fashion for men, and so we kind of assigning someone to have to write things that all our male friends might like.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. So, I mean, there's quite a few categories in modeling. You got just the modelers with the models
Oh, you
that.
get the commercial, the print model, the runway fashion model, and so the parts model, hands, feet. So
Hey,
you never know what part of your body you want to model. As long as long
hey,
as it's
hey, hey, let's take it easy.
but anyway, let's go back to but and yes, it's so many opportunities in modeling.
Yeah. So that'll be my next venture. Because I notice with actors, they do modeling. Some actors do modeling.
Yes,
That kind of go
absolutely.
hand
There
in
is there an actor there is very like versatile. Well, it covers more opportunities to get jobs, and so this is important. So sometimes I do voiceover or acting or modeling, and so all this compensates. That the basket you have your business and different fields, all
hand.
related. Of course, everything is related, and you
Yeah.
become more trained in different aspects in your career. I think that is better for you. So no actors have gone beyond their only acting career and going to producing, like you are going to embark very soon into your project. And so I think that this is very important for actors to take in consideration also what happened behind the scenes, because it's going to bring more value to them, and also an understanding of what is going behind, and perhaps even will go and perform with even more passion than before, because it is, I mean, it's so many moving parts are happening at the same time, and the characters are essential for the picture to have life, and for the people wanting to watch the movies and feel related with the characters. Absolutely. So I think it's a super important part that you are going to all these, the voiceover, the acting, the radio, and you want to do modeling, you never know, so it's a great thinking.
Yeah, well, it all, like you said, it all goes together. Who thought Halas Wilbourn, the chick magnet?
Well, there is the movie. Maybe you should start writing the movie. You already wrote a short film. So what about 120 pages? Oh, no, that is in no time. You better start having an agreement with your screenwriter.
Hey, the sky's the limit, right?
Yes, of course. And don't forget your manager, because the manager will be knocking on the door and say, "Hey, Halas, here I am." So
Hey, that's funny you mentioned that. I know that we have to wrap this up, but it's funny you mentioned that because I always I, I always wanted the people to come look for me instead of me searching for the people. And that's how it's been happening. So I'm obviously doing something right.
yeah, I think that you are doing the right things, taking your time and going through the steps, And so, yes, I think that you're not going to have just one manager, but you have multiple managers. I mean, I'm sure that some of them are already watching this interview and
Yeah.
will want to work with you, Halas. So I would tell to all my producer friends out there to you are casting at the moment. You think about Halas, you put him in the uniform, on the cowboy hat, or wherever you think, but he must be there because he if in his first role, I mean, for some of you that watched the interview for the very beginning, he mentioned he went into the role of the father and took him 6 months to get out of character. That don't tell you something? That is like, for example, like Joaquin Phoenix. He went into his character. I mean, when you was telling me this, I mean, I only know a couple actors that do that kind of stuff. So one will be Joaquin Phoenix going into his torture or not eating. I mean, I don't know how to call it other way, but other than a great commitment in a torture to achieve that look, right?
Right. I'm just glad that the character. I'm just glad that the character that that was given to me was a Christian man instead of a maniac. Like, whoa! I just found
Well,
myself.
I'm glad they were not. Oh my Halas, are you want to start the interview the whole time from all the way from the beginning? Because I think that we're just getting started into
Oh,
this interview.
that's how it happens. I'm just warming up.
Well, it takes time. Okay, that it shows your commitment of how good you can be. But that's hilarious what you say. So I'm glad that your role was the Christian father and not the bad the bad brother, because
Right.
I don't know, we might have a completely different Halas, and you will not even know that you were Satan.
Right. So I've been having a lot of fun with it. So I'm just
Um,
looking forward to meeting with some more people. Oh man, it's been
well,
amazing.
well, I had to mention that you do also son a stand-up comedian. You do, right?
Well, I, yes, I have. However, I met a guy on set about a week ago. He said, "Hey man, you're a funny guy. Hey, let me show you how to get paid doing it." I said, "Really?" He said,
You're
"Yeah."
killing me here, Halas.
Hey, he was killing me. I said, "Oh, really?" I said, "Well, what do you plan to do?" He said, "I'm gonna set you up with some stand-up comedy classes. In fact, I got some material that I want you to read over." I said, "Okay," and I never said nothing else. So he's gonna be in a and for a big surprise.
Well, you sent him the link of the interview, and he is going to be there knocking on the door.
Hey, well, he said, "Hey, look, it'll be an opportunity. He said it'll be an opportunity for you to open up for me, and then maybe eventually you'll be the headliner. I said, okay.
Well, Halas, I think that you're making headlines already, and good ones. So,
Yeah.
like seriously. Well, Halas, I mean, I think that I'm having so much fun. Also, thank you so much for sharing all the stuff that you've been sharing during this interview. I hope that the audience get a glimpse of knowing a little bit about you, because it's so much more about you there that I would like to get to the audience in another interview if perhaps you have the time.
Yes. And I would love to come, and thank you so much for having me, Giovanna. It's always a pleasure, and I'm looking forward to what's in store for us next.
Well, I think there is a lot in the store for us next. Probably the store is going to be empty.
Perhaps, maybe.
So, let's just keep our positive attitude, a positive energy. That
Yeah.
circle of people that you're talking about, just bringing in all it goes align with your what you're thinking, what is running the moment for you. I think there is so many things that are going to come and move forward your already career. So I think that you feel very, very happy for you, Halas, for sure.
Well, thank you so much. I'm happy for me too, because it's my turn.
Halas, I'm not sure I have laughed like this in any other interview. So.
Well, it's good that we can laugh together.
Absolutely, especially together, even with the screen, right? With virtually doing it, but it's good. It's life is good. So
Oh,
anyway, for all the audience there, our time unfortunately has come to the end, but I want to let you know to contact Halas Wilbourn to know about the Halas Wilbourn show and to learn more about this, because I think it's very interesting, but most of all inspiring. And so I know, Halas, you are a great impact for all the community, all of us. And so I want to see where are you going, because that's something that I'm curious about.
you know what? I want to see too. But I mean,
Oh, Halas.
all right, Giovanna. Thank you so much for having me. I'll be looking forward to doing this again sometime.
Oh, we need to do it more often for sure. We should do it tomorrow and the next day. That way we keep young and beautiful.
Yes, absolutely. And we can even invite other people.
Oh yes, for sure. Well, so we are having so much fun. I don't want to cut this interview, but I must. So you be safe, Halas, okay, all the way from Georgia. I love that state. I had to tell you, love that state, the beautiful people there, the food, oh mine. I wish that I can visit Georgia very soon in the near future as well. So I will say bye-bye. It was a pleasure to have you, Halas, okay?
Thank you.
And to all the Hollywood audience, thank you again for watching Guilty by My Own Desires. Who knows, perhaps the next guest, it can be you. So I will say
Absolutely.
bye-bye. Bye,
Bye bye. Thank
Halas.
you. Thank you, Giovanna. Take care.